Greetings, I has recently played a nice game in Peel's defense, but with a scheme from the Indian defense. And I didn't record the online game, but want to record the I want to show the game review. So let's start the game review. The opponent start e4, so it's like Peel's opening. But since I suggest him my scheme with early e5, he needs to play something else. So he develops into the Indian scheme, Indian defense, and with knight f3. And right now he moves the pawn forward, so it's a book move, and I play knight e7. So far everything is okay. The suggestion by the engine is to play early c5 as soon as possible, and black would not take the pawn, because in that case the pawn will be attacked and taken, and it will be struggle for the square d6, and I don't want that. I just want the attack on the king side. Here I play f5, the engine likes this move, and castle. Castle probably too early, because the engine, I'm sure the engine wants to launch the attack on my side with h4, g4, etc, etc. But the opponent decided to castle on the king side and attack me on the queen side. So I play f4, maybe too early, but my idea is to to launch the attack as soon as possible. He played b4. The engine suggests early c5. This is why the engine think it's a mistake. So I started maybe not exactly correct move, and the engine thinks that it could be attack on the king with a bishop, but I don't think that if white exchange bishop, they would be happy about it. Anyway, I played g5, and then castle, and then the opponent finally played f3, and the engine suggests the idea to attack to move the bishop on a3 and attack my diagonal with a pawn on d6. I play h5, and the next mistake is knight b3, but this is not really obvious. Even though I agree, so there's no position for the knight, but he support his pawn c5. c5. So I attack g4, and the serious mistake, I believe, is here. The opponent took the pawn too early. It would be much better to play bishop e2 and wait until I move the pawn to g3 than h3, and he would make a kind of castle, and I would have to exchange, I would have to sacrifice the bishop or knight for his pawns. But in this exchange, he makes the position more open and opens the file, probably easier for black to attack. Okay, let's continue. So I'm preparing on the king side. He's preparing on the queen side, and I play g3, probably earlier. The engine thinks it's early because the pawn can be lost. And the also problem, because the queen would be able to attack h5 soon. He takes the pawn on d6, also early, but I think the opponent just start moving faster. And right now, I think the great chance would be play rook f7 and then move the knight to g4. But I don't think that. I think it would be better to play g2 first. And now I can move my knight. But I have to protect this position C7, this square C7 and D6, and this I do with the knight. And this is a mistake because now the white queen can move to H5, and after that it will be trouble for me because I will need to kick him out from there. Anyway, he didn't do it. He just moved to E1 and with a queen, and it's a really not necessary move, at least not necessary, so it's probably a mistake. So I played A6 because I want to move my bishop or my queen to G5. Otherwise I would keep pawns together, because if pawns together, the white cannot attack those pawns. It would be difficult. But if I play A6, so the white knight will be able to get to the B6 soon. If he plays C3, then A5, knight A4, and knight B6, and I will not be able to protect there because my knights already run away. So I need to evacuate or move somewhere the rook. And if I play B6, in that case I would allow white to jump to the position of C6 and attack me more effectively. Therefore, I usually keep those pawns together and don't move until it's necessary. So right now I just need that the knight move away. The engine suggests it would be better to jump on A3 because it can jump to C4 and B6 easier. Okay, now I move my queen and he moves his knight. I don't know what's the reason for this move, what he can do actually there, but it's probably good. I move my knight because I want to check, and he protects with a queen. So the engine thinks that my move is not so good, but I don't think so. Now I can exchange. I don't know, why should I move there? Probably I need to move with a queen to H5. So I think it's much better, and play knight F6 again and play knight G5 instead of what's suggested by the engine. But okay, let's see. So meanwhile he attacks. And since I attack the pawn A4, I provoked him to attack on the queen side, and I take the pawn. He took. We exchange bishops, and then I attack the bishop, the bishop of white. And I don't like this bishop because if there is no bishop, I would win the position playing F3. But bishop keeps me away from that idea, and therefore I still don't play F3. So my idea is to kill the bishop, maybe with a rook or something. But I cannot do it because in this case the knight replace it, and the knight will protect F3. So therefore I wait and provoke the opponent to exchange. Now I exchange. Even better, it was better to move to B2, but I don't have much time. I have less than 1 minute, and the position is not easy to play. Maybe I have clear idea now that I play knight F6, knight H5, and knight G6 check, but I will not win. I will just block the king. Of course I will have advantage, but I will not win the game, and I don't have much time for this tactical move, so I need to find some better solution. So I play queen G4, and now I can play F3. Instead of moving his knight, he took my pawn, and I play F3. Then he again, instead of moving his knight, he decided to exchange the queen, and it's a good move because he moved his queen out of the line F where the black rook would attack it, would attack the queen. So I found a good position on h5 for the queen. I don't want to exchange, it's too early. Maybe it was possible I would take the queen and move the pawn, so I would take the piece and would win the game, but I want to have nice checkmate, because I see that my instinct tells me that it should be a checkmate somewhere here. So he moved his knight, and I move. Yeah, maybe it would be good if I just take the pawn and play knight f6 and g5 check. However, I still not sure that it's the best, but right now I want to win the rook as soon as possible. So I promote my pawn to the queen, exchange to the rook, so I have an extra rook now. And he attacked my knight. I move back because now I have only 20 seconds, but I feel that the game is mine already. I don't want to lose anything and need to think about the checkmate again. So he decided to attack my pawns, and I noticed that and decided to checkmate him as well. Because I feel that the opponent already wants to take something. Maybe he lost control, but he didn't. He found a good way. I think it's better than the way suggested by the engine. The engine suggests knight f2, but in this case I take, he takes, and I check and win the bishop. On the other hand, I think I have better idea. I can move this queen here and then win one knight or another knight, depending on where it goes. And he needs to protect with a bishop, and now I can take the knight. So the engine suggested a draw. No way it's a draw. I have a good advantage. I think the engine just blocked. So I don't think the engine idea with the knight was good. So queen idea was much better. Now I check, so the king moves, and I don't know how to checkmate him, but I also want to move the queen closer. Maybe I sacrifice the rook, or I have another idea. Yes, to move my I need to move my knight to f6 to checkmate or to attack on g5, and for that I found that I can sacrifice the knight, and he took the knight. He has no chance. He have to take the knight, and then I play knight f6 with this terrible threat on g4. The engine suggests that I can better take the bishop, but I decided to play knight f6. Maybe if I take, so he cannot actually exchange. He needs to take with the knight, because if he take with the queen, it will be a direct. So the queen will be pinned, and he definitely doesn't want that. So he would take with the knight. And then I have a question, so how to attack further, because I can attack him, and so he moves somewhere, and then I attack with the bishop, but it's not so decisive position. I can play knight f6, and then he can move again. So I don't have any conclusive situation here. Therefore, I decided not to take the pawn, but attack with the queen, with the knight, and then the bishop is actually a problem for his own pieces, because if the bishop, for instance, takes the pawn, I will check him, and it will be a serious problem for the white. White has no space to move, so the queen needs to capture the knight. Another way, what is actually happened in the game, he moves bishop g4, and then with the same idea, it was amazing check, and after he moves, it was another check with a knight, and now the black needs to sacrifice the queen. Now I would like to analyze the position with another engine, or with another device which shows possible replies for both sides, possible variations on the best lines. And I would like to start from this position just before I play f3. So I already played queen g4, and I'm going to play f3. So right now the best move, okay, when I made this move to g4, yes, it's the best move. Another alternative, queen h5, but this move is, my move is better. So now knight c3 is one alternative, and king capture pawn is also good, and other is bishop e1. Okay, so what he did is not bad. And for me, so queen h5 is considered as the best point, and f3 is only the third line. Knight f3, knight f6 is a second idea, but okay, it's too fast, or not too fast, so I play f3. And now knight g1 is number one, and queen g3 is number one. Queen g3 is actually correct move. Queen take e4. The engine suggested for queen to take e4 as the first line, but queen h5 is what I found. Now there's a choice, queen h3 or queen f1, queen f2. Don't understand this. Queen g1. This is what he said. This is what he played. And now I should play knight f6, but I decided to play knight f2 is is also similar scheme, but knight f6 is better, because from knight f6 probably I can attack the pawn e4, but I didn't like the fact that the pawn g will take my pawn, so I play knight f2. And now knight h3 is the best, and he played that way. So I move to the queen, he takes, so it's the best so far. This is good, a good move. And now white can play queen g5 to save the position. Bishop g5 is also good. Bishop g5 is also good. Okay, knight f3 is a check. Gf, and then rook takes f3, queen f4, and after that I win the game, yes, but I wanted to checkmate, so I didn't do it. This way I moved to knight g6, and now the suggested move is knight d2 or queen d3. So he wants to attack the rook, but in fact he did something else, and it's a mistake. Queen d1. Queen d1 is the best move, and knight f2 is considered. Knight f2, and why nobody consider queen e1? Because in this case it will be a good solution. Okay, he played queen e3 and then check. He moves the king. I move back. This is not the best move, but I was thinking I just waste time. I had to play knight f6 or play knight f1 immediately. Probably. Oh, no. Okay. Anyway, so this combination, my combination with knight f4 appeared. So now is interesting. So here the best is queen f3 and knight d8 and queen take f4. So he suggests that he already lost. So therefore this combination actually lead to trouble for white, and this why he couldn't do anything. So right now we have a final conclusion. So my sacrifice of the knight was very nice. Okay, I hope you like this analysis. I hope you like the game, and see you next time. Bye bye.